Can you hear that? The beautiful sound of the countryside and being in the middle of nowhere. That is, until the mighty Fireblade roars to life. The one thing you've got to have with this bike is a lot of restraint, that's for sure. But it also reminds me why I don't own a sports bike anymore. So the mighty 2025 Fireblade SP. Oh, I tell you what, you can definitely tell the underbuild quality on this bike. It's absolutely stunning, not only to look at, but the riding experience is just next level. Like I say, this is why I do not own a sports bike anymore, because I think I'd lose my license. So as you can tell, I am in the beautiful Wales, and I'm heading for the Brecons to a place called the Devil's Staircase. Probably not the sort of road you should really take a sports bike to, but you know what, I just love it up there. This is a beautiful place indeed. So the quick shifter, or the blipper, on this bike is just seamless up and down. It's so smooth, so slick. Same with the throttle control. I'm in something called A2 Sport. I have no clue what that is, but what I do know is it's sporty. I'm at that age now where mentally I still love a sports bike. Oh my god, they're amazing. Physically, well, my body wants to argue and disagree with me, I'm not gonna lie. So this particular bike I'm actually running in, and which is probably a good thing, because I can't go above 8,000 RPM. Not that I need to be breaking any speed limits, but yeah, what a bike. It truly is a feat of engineering, but you know, that's testament to Honda yet again. I actually owned a 2010 Fireblade, and kept that bike for 2 years. Absolutely loved it, and it was quick, but not as quick as this. I mean, that used to do 110 in first gear. I used to ask myself, what do you need another 5 gears for? Yeah, I came to the conclusion in 2012 my body had had enough of riding sports bikes. But you know what, I'd love one of these in the garage just for that sunny Sunday where I want to go out and be naughty. Just be naughty, very naughty. Because this is the bike to be naughty on. 2025, it has the fins on the front, which is supposed to help downforce in and out the corners, which I'm guessing is more noticeable on track. Any of you guys out there got one of these and you do track days, let us know in the comments below. Do you rate this as a track weapon? Because I tell you what, on the road it's certainly a ballistic missile. It just feels planted and on rails from the time you set off to the time you pull up, and it's very easy to ride sedately and normally. It's not so focused for the track that it's unusable on the road, which I always felt my 2010 Fireblade was just, I took it to the Isle of Man and it was so flighty. Just the slightest bit of a bump in the road, a bit of a crest, the front wheel just wanted to constantly come up, whereas this just feels absolutely planted all of the time. And the induction noise that this bike kicks out when you open it up, wow, it makes you just want to keep opening it up. That's the problem. Changing down gears with the blipper is just effortless. It really is. Makes for quick changes. Sublime. They shortened the gear ratio for the 2025 model, think there was a lot of gripes on the 2021 bike to the 24 Fireblade that the gears were far too long, or the gear ratio was too long, and they've amended that, and I've got to say, it just works so well. You can tell, and it's not just the Fireblade, it's with all Hondas. You can just tell how much R&D they put into their bikes, because it shows in the end product. It really does. So I'm about 380 mile in running this bike in. I started off at 120 mile this morning. I did a little bit yesterday, and I knew exactly where I was coming today, that's for sure. And that was to beautiful Wales. Oh, listen to that induction noise. Considering I have got a carbon fibre hip and a titanium tib and fib on my other leg, the comfort levels for a sports bike, I'm quite surprised. It's not bad at all. Yes, I'm getting, yesterday I felt a little bit fatigued, you know, a little bit in the wrists, and my hip did throb a little bit last night, but come on, I haven't been on a sports bike since developing the Daytona. So today, what am I at now? I'm at 423 now, so I've done 300 miles today, and I've got to say, I don't feel fatigued at all. Listen to a roar! Now we're going into the world of the sheep. Now the sheep up here are quite good, but it is that time of year where there's lambs on the roads, and the lambs, they ain't learnt yet. So you have to be mindful of the crazy lambs, because they will kill you. Oh. Yes, I absolutely love it up here. Let's take a picture. Look at the beauty of the Brecons. Oh, I absolutely love it. Up and down. Oh, so slick, so smooth. And that's how the whole bike feels, really, just slick. And the time you throw your leg over. And I know there'll be some people screaming at the TV going, yeah, but what's wrong with it, what's wrong with it? But you know what? The only time this bike I had anything wrong with it would have been in development, because this is bloody good. Oh. The noise it makes is so addictive. You gotta make sure you don't look at that view. Otherwise the road disappears all of a sudden. It is hard, because it's a beautiful view. You know what, for a sports bike, she's definitely handled everything I've thrown at her today. And I gotta say, oh yes, that was a good old bounce in the seat. But she soaks it up well. And this road is more suited to my scrambler than it is this Fireblade, but you know, it's all in the adventure. And who says you can't have an adventure on a sports bike? That's for sure. So the Devil's Staircase. What a piece of road that is. It's a 25% decline with a couple of hairpins. We'll see how well the Fireblade does, eh? What goes up must go down. It just feels so poised, and you always feel like you're in control of it. And I think the fact that this is a 1000cc snarling, fire-breathing Fireblade, that can only be a good thing. Just makes the bike a whole lot more usable for a lot more things than just fast roads and track days. Beautiful.
So here we have it, the 2025 Honda CBR RR Fireblade SP. It's definitely a high performance superbike that takes a lot of the technology from MotoGP. With advanced electronics and premium components, it really is a formidable bike on road and track. So the engine is a 99cc liquid cooled inline 4, transmission is a 6-speed manual, exhaust is a beautiful Acrovic titanium muffler. It has a full colour 5-inch TFT display with ride-by-wire throttle and advanced rider aids. And I gotta say, I think it will take a lot more than just a day riding it to actually work out how to use all the rider modes and the different display modes within this TFT screen. So the chassis and the brakes, it's an aluminium twin tube frame. Front suspension is a 43 Öhlins with a smart EC fork and electronic preload compression. Approximately 4 to 5 inch travel. Rear suspension is a Pro Link with Öhlins shock, 5 to 6 inch travel. So the front brakes are a dual 330mm disc with Brembo R radial mount 4 piston calipers. Rear brake is a single 220 disc with a Brembo caliper. And I gotta say, the brakes on this bike are just so perfect. The feedback you get from the front and the front lever with minimal effort is just beautiful. So dimensions and weight. It's got a seat height of 32.7 inches, which is 830mm. Ground clearance is 4.5 inches. Curb weight is 440 pounds, which is 201 kg. The fuel capacity for this bike is 4.4 gallons, 16.5 litres. So the standard SP model in the Grand Prix Red is £23,699. And if you want to spend a little bit more, you can go for the Carbon Edition, which is a matte pearl Morion black, and that's £26,749. So as you can see, there's a lot of black tape on certain parts, and that's just to keep any scuffs or scratches that my boots might make. So this is today's job. So I've had to put 600 miles on it. I think I'm on, what are we on now? Let's have a look, shall we? So I've done 446 miles, and I have to get this bike to 600 before I take it back. But it's just nice to be back. It's nice to be smiling, it's nice to be happy, and it's nice to be back doing a job that I love. Oh, look at that. Yes, please.
Blizzard. So yeah, this was, I'll say a review, this was my take on a 25 plate Honda Fireblade. And I suppose I wanted to show people that, do you know what, yeah, it's a sports bike, but that doesn't mean you can't do other things than track days and tearing up the tarmac on long sweepy roads, because do you know what, hey, it sucks it all up, that's for sure. Yes, don't get me wrong, it's happier on the twite. It's happier on the sweepy fast asphalt or at home on a super fast racetrack. But you can do anything you want on a Fireblade, including touring. Or scratching round the lanes of Wales. There's nothing that this bike can't do, well, apart from off-road. I wouldn't want to off-road it, you know, but then there's plenty of bikes I wouldn't want to off-road. The throttle response, I mean, this is in sports mode. It's just sublime, it really is. It's so linear. And I mean, I'm in third gear, trotting along at 26 miles an hour. And you won't look, it'll open up. But it'll also give you just effortless control through the throttle at slow speeds. Absolutely love it. That's when I can tell a bike has had the work put into it in development, because it's so damn smooth, it's so damn good. I'm struggling to actually find anything to say that could be better. Now, I'm guessing if you're a professional track rider, or if you know you're a absolute boss at doing track days, there's probably a few things that you're not happy with or would like to be different. But for me, this is just about what's the Fireblade like on the roads, all sorts of roads. As you can see, we've been on all sorts of roads, and I gotta say, do you know what, it's a bloody lovely bike. Far superior to my 2010 Fireblade, without a doubt. It's just more planted, it's more comfortable, it's smoother. The blipper is just effortless. I mean, for me, the TFT screen and the menu is totally overkill for what I need, because I'm not going to take it on a track, you know. I'm going to be doing pretty much what I've been doing today, because that's the sort of riding I like to do. You know, and there's many different bikes I like to do this sort of riding on, and I've got to say, this is actually one of them. When they first approached me to run this bike in for them, I was like, oh god, it's a sports bike. You know, I gave up my sports bike days many moons ago, and the thought of putting 600 mile on a sports bike, I'm not going to lie, at first was quite daunting. I'm thinking, oh, can my body take it, you know? Like I say, I've been rebuilt more times than Frankenstein. But I've got to say, I have a really good level of comfort. Yes, I've had to put an air hook seat on just to give me an extra inch, but that's because I've got a carbon fibre hip. And when I rode it back home, it didn't have that on it. It was comfortable. I just knew that for distance I was going to need at least another inch in the seat height. You know, but like I say, that's something that can easily fix with an air hook. And I think for any bike that can take on the Brecons and be comfortable and give you good confidence in yourself and your own abilities, well, that's a good bike. This is that induction noise, oh my god. Come back to that throttle, it's just so linear. just so usable. You want a bit of excitement in your life, go get yourself a Fireblade. Would I say a new rider should find one of these Fireblades? Well, do you know what? It'll only go as fast as you twist the bloody throttle. So I would say, do you know what? A new rider could be quite at home on this Fireblade, as long as they have self-restraint in the bucket loads. If you got no self-restraint, do not have one of these bikes, that is for sure. It will probably end rather badly. But if you've got the restraint or the skill set, then you know what? Go get yourself a Fireblade. Isn't that raw? Lots of restraint. That's what you need. Lots of restraint. The way it delivers the power is just sublime. It really is. My 2010 Fireblade was all or nothing. So as for the ergonomics, I'm 6 foot and it fits me quite well. I've got to say, for a sports bike, it's got a good level of comfort. The mirrors for a sports bike, do you know what? I think they're pretty damn good. They give you really good visual awareness. Yes, every now and again you might have to just tuck your arm in to get the full view, but the way they're sculptured and the way that and the distance that they stick out from the fairing, for a sports bike, I gotta say, mirrors are absolutely cock on. It's very rare you find mirrors that are any use to man nor beast on a sports bike, because it's all elbows. But I found them to be quite good throughout the day in different scenarios, whether on a motorway or scratching the lanes. Bars, they're not too extreme. My wrists feel quite good, there's not a lot of weight on them. But it's that induction roar, oh my god. Just bloody exhilarating. That's what it is. I mean, don't get me wrong, I couldn't live with this as my everyday bike. You know, I'm an old man that's been rebuilt more times than Frankenstein. But oh boy, I could live with it for a day, every now and then. So, what do I think about the Honda Fireblade 2025 SP? Well, I think it's bloody amazing. And for any of you good people out there that are sports bike fanatics, do you know what? You won't be disappointed with this bike, because it just keeps giving and giving. Somebody like me, an old man, I couldn't live with it every day, but I could definitely live with it being in my garage, that's for sure. Price point, is it overpriced? Only if you can't afford it. And I can't afford it, but do you know what? If I could, yeah, I'd put one in the garage. Just for that sunny, sunny Sunday, you want to get out and have a bit of a ride. So, I'm at 520 miles now, which means So far today, I've done 400 miles. And my bum is feeling it, I'm not going to lie. But I still feel quite fresh, you know. Yeah, I know I've done 400 miles, but I don't feel like I've been persecuted for 400 miles. So, if you've enjoyed today's video, let me know in the comments below. Give us a big thumbs up, help me to grow. Like, share, do all the good things. Hit that subscribe button, it's free to do so. And you can join us on the next one. So as ever, stay safe out there. Remember, never ride faster than your angel can fly, especially on a Fireblade.